it makes no sense. Of course, California spends $10 billion. I heard this figure this morning on KPFA. $10 billion a year to house prisoners. Okay, $10 billion.
And that's what, like 2 million people, though,
Right,
isn't
and
it?
they're
Because-
housing prisoners to the tune of 49,000 for an ordinary prisoner. It's 49,000 a year for an individual, and that amount triples for security housing and elders, aging patients, prisoners. And of course, the healthcare system is a disaster and under court order to be remedied. But California is outrageous, and we know that it's because of the very poor distribution of wealth and the tax laws and just the whole economic scene is so inequitable. It's extremely inequitable.
Yeah, and it seems to be not getting much better. I don't see them pouring money into public transit or really radical alternative ideas. I mean, I don't know what it would do. I think people have a right to affordable housing, and I think
it's a human right.
It's a human right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, and I thank you for that, Stephen, because I really feel strongly that we need to begin to demand human rights, and that's when I've been advocating. And for those of you who want to read some of my scribblings, you can go to myspace.com/official_Kilu, KIILU, and I've written about a lot of this stuff. And one of the things I've written about is the need to rewrite the Constitution to include human rights, because we don't have human rights in our Constitution, and we should have the human right to housing, education, health care, child care, and full employment. We should have a guaranteed employment and a real safety net. So again, let me let you know that we have a couple of minutes, about 4 minutes left. So if you'd like to call 415-621-4473, we'd love to have your comments or your questions. Again, we had hoped to have Jennifer Friedenbach, Executive Director of the Coalition on Homelessness, with us, but unfortunately she didn't make it. And so I'm going to share with you in some of these minutes we have left some, like the website for one thing, which is COH. Where is it? I can't see it. I didn't put it on my thing. It's not even. Oh goodness. COHSF.org. That's Coalition on Homelessness San Francisco.org. Okay, and I'm sure you can Google Coalition on Homelessness. And also, I'd just like to tell you a little bit about her work and some of the reports that she's co-authored, so that you can look those up as well. Locked Out, The Voices of People with Mental Illness, a 1999 study citing bureaucratic blockage of access to San Francisco's mental health system for people in crisis, and Housing First for Families, which documents the impact of homelessness on children, and Shelter Shocked, which presents a statistical study of human rights abuses in San Francisco's shelter system. And Jennifer also sits on the Implementation Council for the 10-year plan to end chronic homelessness, and she was a founding member of the People's Budget Collaborative. So I'm really sorry she couldn't make it. I'm sure she had lots of valuable information, but we will have her back. She's been here with us before, and we'll make sure that we cover this subject again. Any other comments you might have?
No, it's
Stephen.
I've actually, it just occurred to me, I do actually have one friend who I find is a shining example, and he was able, by using the programs that are available to him, he just actually moved into his first home here as a homeowner. And he, there are various programs you can take advantage of, but he really is an exception. He's completely like the salmon moving against the current, it seems.
All right.
So that's my
Well, yes.
2 cents worth.
Well, I'd also like to say that we really have to. I don't see why we should only rely on the government to solve the problem of homelessness. I really believe as communities, as neighborhoods, we should begin to address the problem ourselves, develop our own community organizations, and begin to really scope out the available abandoned buildings, homes that have been vacated, and begin to what do they call that?
Repurpose?
When you